the program, you should have on both apps. Okay, so yeah, I would suggest relax and enjoy the training lesson. Before we start, okay, before we start, you should prepare your water bottle. Okay, prepare your water bottle, have a drinks during the session. And if you want, I would suggest also, if your Healy is not right now using your Healy, you can turn on the Pink app and turn on the coherence. Let us coherence together at this short time, 1 hour. Okay. So let me share my screen with you. So I prepared a PPT that explain really simply about the Healy Natural Cycle program. Okay, yeah. So we talk about, okay, there will be also two parts. It's the one part, the first part will be theory part, and the second part is I will mirror my mobile phone to show you the program, how to navigate in the Pink app and also navigate in the Healy Advisor search module app. Okay, good. Let's get started. So we will talk about the Healy natural cycle. I think it's explained it by itself already. Natural cycle. We are already living in here, but how to go on, how to step in the real nature cycle. It's very important. You need to know what time to do it, when to do it, and how to do it. These are the steps. And we have 5 major steps you need to follow up. Okay, really, you need to follow up. And then when you follow up the steps, you can get better in this nature cycle circling, okay? Or we say natural cycle train, okay? We can say this also. How to step in, and you are in the nature cycle, everything goes by automatically. Actually, we are already in nature cycle, but sometimes we step out of nature cycle because too much stress, we didn't sleep enough, we didn't drink enough water, we didn't take enough food nutrition, and that's why, and so on and so on. And that's why we are out of this nature cycle, but we are still in the nature cycle, but it will show you how to step on, how to really jump in, and how to use the program properly. So then, as you know, nature cycle is invented by Nuno Nina, and we have, I think, if not, we talk about Go cycle, and Go cycle related to moon cycle, how to do that. And actually now is nature cycle, all 3 included, the sun, the moon, and your daily life. How to find the middle way, the third point, 3 points, how to find the middle way. Okay, and we will show you how to do that via the program. Okay, via the program. And you know, the Nuno Nina, one of our leading specialists in field of integrative medicine, and also our gold and now the neutral cycle inventor. Okay, he is a Portuguese, he's a professor, he's a doctor, he's a medical staff, also everything in one, and he's still looking or searching every day for new frequency. He's looking for new frequencies, searching, and then also confirm that this frequency can actually help assist our body, our cell. Okay, then this is the 5 major natural cycle, how to step in, how to begin it right, how to get on. So first of all, step 1, you need to determine your location. Okay, you need to tell our Healy Pink app and also in the search module app where you are. Okay, your location is very important. But we will, these 5 major steps we will go over, and then we will show you how to do it in the correct ways. And the second step is set the trigger date. What is the trigger date? The trigger date is like the appropriate starting point for applying the Healy nature cycle, solstice, equinox, and the changing of the seasons. The end of nature cycle must also be a trigger date. We will tell you more about the trigger dates. Just let you know, the step 1, step 2, and step 3 is choose the choice of day and time. Okay, this also need to know when to start, how to step in, when is the best timing to step in the really nature cycle. Here is with the help of nature cycle and based on our location, determine the exact date and time for the start of your nature cycle protocol. This is very important. So we have in the Here Advisor search module, it will show you just very a few clicks away, and you will figure out the best time, best day to start in, to step in the nature cycle and to use the program. Okay, the number 4 is determine the phase of the moon. The moon phase is important for the nature cycle. The Here Advisor app will help you with this as well. So we need to figure out the best, for the base phase of the moon is you need to find the full moon phase of for the whole month. We have a moon calendar in Asia, in APEC. I think India should be also. So we always know when is the new start, when is the new begin, the first quarter of the moon, the full quarter, and the last quarter, and also new quarter again, new start. So we have 4 different phases, but we need to find now the full moon phase of the months of the calendar with the calculation. Okay, but no worry, we have it. Don't worry, we will go everything by its own, and we will show you. I will show you that. And number 5, determine the right frequency program based on the data collected by the Here Advisor app. In steps 1 to 4, you can now determine which organ is active in the organ clock. Okay, the meridian, we call it also meridian, but it's different to the Here in the pink app, actually a little bit different to our meridian program. Here in the nature cycle, they have their own meridian clock, organ clock, and you have to follow the system, not follow the meridian 1 and 2, just follow here the nature cycle. If you have already bought the program, you can use it for lifetime. So then active in the organ clock at the select time of day and select the right frequency program for it. A nature cycle frequency session consistent of 2 parts. The first part is 80 minutes of activation, and the second part is 30 minutes of stabilization. We have 2 stabilization program in the nature cycle 2 program, page 2. One is the daily, and the next one is Solstice, the sun stabilization. And I will explain also when to use the daily stabilization and when to use the Solstice stabilization. Good. And now that we just begin from the front, okay, from the beginning. So the step 1, where do you live? You need to let Healy know where you are. You say, okay, I'm in Europe, but it's too general. You need to specify where you exactly are. You are in Germany, or you are in India, or in Italy. So, but it's important because they need to find every location, every different location begin their own nature cycle. They are not the same because of the time difference also, and also the location is different. So now you need to tell Here Advisor search module, the program, where you are, where you exactly are. But we have an explanation here. For example, we have here as step 1, where do you live? We have New York as first one. Also for the definition where you live. So for example, we have New York. Okay, so the second one, a trigger date. We have 8 different trigger dates. As you know, we have here, like now is April. It's just between 2 trigger dates. The trigger date, one of these 20th of March. Then the next one is 11th of May. Then the next one will be 21st of June. The next one is 10th of August. And the next one is 23rd of September, 11th of November, 21st of December, and so on. Every year is different. The trigger days every year different because we need to find the solstice and equinox. Okay, and when you know the Nonanina, we have cut in 4 pieces. It's because for the, like you can see here, aconine, oxidation, exit, and reduction. This is when you understand more about moon cycle. When you know the moon cycle, you need to know the definition of this. But we will go a little bit deeper, but not now. On the next PPT of next slide. So now you have the trigger date, and it's also depend the seasonal trigger dates. Okay, and the next one then it will be the seasonal trigger date is also depend on which season, like spring, summer, autumn, or winter. Okay, this is four is also the important things you need to figure out, and how to start, when to start. Okay, you can skip if you want. You can skip the right now the trigger date and go to the next one. Okay, go to the next one. It's also good. There, it's not must be, but as you know, we are already in the nature cycle. You can start the program too already now. It's not forbidden. It's because you bought it already, you download it already, and you can use it. You can use it. Don't waste it, because when you try it out, you can more getting in this natural cycle. Okay. So the next one, step 3, choosing the day and time. So you have already the trigger dates, you have the season, and now you have to find out the solstice or equinox in each season, and also the time. It will show you the time. Okay. Then you have the day, you have the time. Then you can figure out what is the best organ we start at this time. So we go Libra because I separate in a simply way, okay, to let you know how to get in. But when you have how to, and when we're doing the navigation in the program, you will see much more. You will see much more. Okay. So now, as we start New York, we have as place we want to start, the location where we want to start in New York, USA, and the computer calculate the best timing to step in the neutral cycle will be the March 20th and 11:33 a.m. And this is a spring 2022. This already give you many information. So the location is important first, New York, USA, and how to step in the trigger date is the 20th of March, and the time is 11:33, and this is the spring for the season. Okay, spring 2022. Okay, then the step 4 is you need to figure out the phase of the moon. You need to find out the full moon. When is the full moon in this month, like in April? When is the full moon in April? Or when is the full moon in March? So you need to take out the moon calendar to see. As you know, we have 28 days in total in moon calendar. The moon calendar exists only 28 days, not 30 days, not 31 days, and it's only have 28 days. And always around the middle of the moon calendar is full moon. So it can be like, for example, here the March, the full moon should be, or the full moon start on 18th and 19th, and on 20th, the really fully moon is fully moon. So we need to figure out the fully moon day and to combine with the trigger date, what we see here before, like New York is already located and fixed. Spring 2022 is the season, and the day is the 20th of March, and the time is 11:33. And now you have the full moon calendar in front of you, and pick out the full moon phase. Then you should have already completed. But now the step 5 is combine everything together. Okay, step 5 is combine everything together. That means the first step is, in the first 2 steps, we determine the starting point. You have already the New York. Okay, the second major step is, in the next 2 steps, we determine the cosmic influence. So we have a moon, we have daily, we have solar cycle. Now we have, as you know, the solar cycle start with 20th of March. The time, the best timing to step in the neutral cycle, 11:33. Everything will be calculated. Okay, don't worry, everything will be calculated for you. So you don't need to find out by yourself. Just the one thing you need to find out is the full moon cycle. You need to take out the moon calendar and to find the full moon day. Okay, and after you have everything what you got, then you can start the program. Now let's determine the right frequency, right program, because as you know, we have 12 different organs, and they have their own organ clock, and each organ exists for 2 hours. Okay, exists for 2 hours. So you can start it with the right organ clock, and then you are right and step in the right natural cycle. Now, step 5 is combine everything together. So you have location, you have season, you have day, you have time, and you have now the moon. And as you can see, normally already you have the 4 major points already. So the 20th of March, 1133. So 1133 is having the organ clock. As you can see here, is heart. Heart is the major organ existing or need or functioning. The highest energy, high frequency is the heart. So it starts with 11, end with 1 o'clock p.m. So 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the time for your heart. So when you just have this information, you have already now, okay, I can start with the heart organ clock to be in the natural cycle. But now you need to combine the full moon calendar, full moon. Then you can see when you have the program. Oh, sorry, the first step is you need to the day. The day is also important. Now we have the 20th of March. This is one of the trigger day, and this is exists when it's on 20th of March. It exists the large in destiny. So you can think about. So when you really step in the neutral cycle, it will be around large intestine, stomach, spleen, and heart. One of these 4 organs you can start and step in the neutral cycle. But it's also important. The next, you need to put the information, the full moon information in there. So now you figure out the March, the full moon in March will be the 20th. The 20th of March. So the 20th of March can be in the one, like this is 1/8 in the between the day and between the time. Okay. So, but I know this is very difficult here to understand, but just think simply. You have date, you have time, and now you put the full moon full moon date into there, and everything will be calculated for you. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry saying, oh, it's too difficult to understand here. No, it's not difficult. It's really simple. Everything is calculated for you already. You just need to click where you are, and it's already show you the best timing, how to step in, and which organ should be used, or which organ clock you should activate. Okay, just the major step. Just let you know the background story of the natural cycle, but everything is calculated for you. You don't need to worry about how to correct it right, how to start it right. Okay, good. And the next one, you have already the major information. You have the date, you have the time, you have the full moon circle. So you have everything together. And now you can figure out which organ clock or which organ you would like to start to really step in the natural cycle. So then you can see the date is here, the time is here, and the vector of the moon, the full moon, is also vectored. So you can see it's functioning, the organ is functioning or stepping in the natural cycle should be start with large intestine, stomach, spleen, or heart. But how to step it in? It depends also when are you ready to step in? Like when you start with, for example, you want to start the large intestine, and it's in the time between 5 and 7. Are you already up between 5 and 7? Are you ready? If not, you can go on to the next one, stomach organ, like 7 to 9. 7 to 9 will be stomach, but at the time, some parents are saying, I'm not ready yet because I have to bring my child to school, so I don't have time to step in the natural cycle. It's also no worry. So go to the next. Spleen is 9 to 11. Are you ready at the time? Can you sit and relax and start the program? If yes, it will be fine. If not, okay, just go to the next one. So the heart organ will be also one of the last option. So I would suggest, if you don't have time between 5 to 11, so you can jump in the 11, between 11 to 1 is the heart meridian heart organ clock really at the